Hello! Do you know what this is called? This is called an obsession. I can't really help it. I should have all the hearts. But I kind of figured this could be very distracting for you, so maybe I should reduce it somehow? Yeah, first things first, let me take care of steam. Yeah, they were out of fuel. You might notice that it has been a while and I did manage to craft some of the items. For these items that you see over here, we don't have some of the ingredients, for example pepper, lime, cranberry, and cinnamon. Also, some of them are going to require traps from Pam's Harvest Craft, so we can't really craft them. Those were the things we could not craft. These were the things that we could craft. And it's a lot of food. Also, while I'm going to start eating all that food, we have to determine what kind of food gives us the most saturation, and it's also easy to craft. Cause healing eggs could take a while. I know, for example, beef Wellington is super easy because it just needs meat, spinach, dough, and mushrooms. And look at the amount of saturation it gives you, so it's great. For burning all of that saturation, I think we're going to need a far longer path. Because as you guys probably know, you walk much faster on concrete and therefore you're going to burn more food. Also, this was originally supposed to go to the coke ovens, so why the hell not? I'm out? No. And I guess this is how you would exercise in 1.7. Yeah, this is very stupid, but it does work. I'm losing saturation. It has been maybe a few hours since the last cutscene and well, we have blue hearts. I have eaten most of the food, so the chances of going to purple is not very great. Unless we get the Ring of Odin. But I have not been exercising on the bridge, I actually decided to go on a very long session of exploration. Did manage to find extra fruits like dates and pomegranate, therefore we could make extra food. I also thought maybe I should use my time productively and work a teeny tiny bit around the base. I will show you. Just enough. One left. The lunchbox that we have can hold 6 different types of food, meaning that if we have 6 types of food, we're okay with spice of life, correct? Not all of those foods have to be amazing. I think if we have 2 good foods in our lunchbox, the 4 other ones can be garbage. So I decided on 2 items. One, beef Wellington, and secondly, hamburgers. Obviously the wheat is for making the bread. Back here next to our kitchen, I added a small farming patch for spinach and mushrooms. These are for beef Wellington. And since we have planted more mushrooms than spinach, we're actually going to cook the mushrooms. That is going to be our 3rd type of food. And for the other ones, we're just going to use berries. Oh, and by the way, we did manage to get a huge badge of steel, so this quest is done. 8 steel, 16 bronze, or rubber. I take the rubber. 8 steel is not going to change anything. Ooh, loot bag. Sword of the Cosmos. Cheeseburger. I've eaten that. Give me the dirt. We also have another very small farmland for the glow flower. This one gives us glowstone in an extractor, and we need light. A lot of light. I hate torches. I also hate the nether, so glow flowers it is. Oh, and one more thing, these glow flowers are kind of a jerk, meaning that you cannot plant them on farmland, the fertilized version, you have to plant them on dirt. And in this mod pack you cannot tilt dirt unless you have water near it. Well, you can convert it to dirt. Anyways, what I was going to say is that we have some cheaty water. I hid it under the ground so that we don't have to look at it. But during this entire time that I was focused on food, I neglected something very important. You know, we are cooking steel, but that's it. We have nothing more. We have the ores I haven't been processing. I have been making some fertilizer, good, because it takes ages for these jerks to grow. And I have so much farmland to cover. That is 1 stack and 5. Oh, 69. Your favorite number. Oh, and a quest. Nice, we're left with 8. Can I convert it back? No. Can I do anything with it? Not really. This is a beautiful night. Do you have any idea why? It's a blood moon. Awesome. I did check, all of the doors are closed, so we should be fine. Don't break my crops. A blood moon is perfectly fine because I actually wanted to work on ore processing. A bit. At this age, and I think until HV, what we want to do is that we want to macerate the ores, and every ore that we macerate, we also have to hammer. And then some of them have to be washed, some of them have to be smelted. Or maybe some of them like cobaltite also have to be centrifuged, but it's not going to be that many. And besides, we don't really have that many filters, we just want to make things standard. And now that it is a blood moon, I'm actually going to work on that. Look at that steel. Oh boy, I just wanted to make a simple washer Mark 1, which is ULV. It's lower than LV. The washer itself is easy and cheap, but the turbine, well, it does require a rotor, which you can't really craft, you have to do all these crazy things. Last time that we were playing, I used a combustion generator and it was fine. Yeah, I just know that I had to redecorate a lot of stuff. Let us dump some of the garbage and see what we want to do. When I was making the steam grinders, I put the output hatches over here, and I did not bring my wrench. So I believe we should be able to do something like this. The hammer can go there. This is a steam hammer, so it does not require a generator. Hopper on this side, hopper on that side, just so that we can have a buffer, just in case. At this stage of the game, conveyor modules are not very great. It will extract one stack every 20 seconds, so hoppers are actually faster. That hopper is going to go inside our washer, and the washer is going to have a turbine, obviously, and something like this should work. Yes. It just needs water. Ouch. Ouch. I fell down. Oh, come on. Yeah, we put you here, then I'll jump. I just wanted to provide some steam to our hammer, and you're going to vent to the top. So just out of curiosity, you're gonna hammer, right? And once you're done, it should go inside the washer. Good. And don't you worry, we do have a water connection which comes from over there. And I have been thinking, considering the fact that we're going to consume way more water, that bronze pipe is garbage. A much better substitute. Also, just in case you're wondering, water comes from the water tanks. Those are the ones which are not connected to the boiler. This one does not require that much water, the washer does. So you come over here, and yes, don't you worry, I know this is called dire wire. So now you should have water and you should start washing. Perfect. And maybe just a torch. So we macerate, we hammer, we wash. And after that we have to make different decisions. Either we cook, we centrifuge, or we do other stuff. So I think for the moment the wisest decision is that we can put it inside the chest. Do we have brass? No. Do we have brass dust? Yes. I think brass item pipes, yeah, they're better. It took me some time, but it does work. So what we have is that on the output of the macerators we have a hopper which goes inside the hammer. Then we do have another hopper under the hammer which takes everything to the ore washer, they get washed, and they come to this chest. And ironically everything fitted perfectly. Oh, and by the way, I'm using a large brass item pipe because, well, they have a higher capacity. This guy is incredibly fast. But essentially the idea is that I come to the macerators, I put in the ores, and after a bajillion years I will pick them up from the chest. Obviously there are going to be a few exceptions, but we're going to have a separate macerator as well as a separate hammer. It's a quest, so what can you do? Yeah, you see, we're getting the redstone. Well, there is a bit of a problem, but I think it's easy to fix. The macerators are going to take one ore, and they're going to give us 2 ores. But if you macerate something like redstone, you're going to get 10 crushed ores. And that's a lot. So as a result, something like this will happen. The solution is actually very simple. I just need to make one more forge hammer and then we're good. I think. But first things first, let me get another steam oven. Everything that you want to craft in this mod pack just takes a crazy amount of time. And you need like 4,000 different items just to craft something. But I guess we're done. Yes. Perfect. Oh, I'm missing a pipe. Yes, we have a large one. So you, my dearest friend, have fun. Also, this one is facing the incorrect way, so you can see the door over there. We have to break it. So something like this works good. Yep, precisely. I have gathered some material. What we're going to do is that first off, we're going to set up our cutting machine. This is something that we made last episode, and the only thing that it's missing is water. Yes, we're getting slabs. So you shall output to the bottom. That is good. So the Z-stone tile can be done inside an assembler. Agon as well. And we do need light gray. Okay, inside an extractor you give me 2. That's fine. It's not really great, but what can you do? Also, over here we're going to make a few changes. So I made an extra hammer. Give me my hopper. Oh, then how are you going to... Oh, you will work. Okay. Ah, now you don't work. Uh-oh. Because I have a pipe here. You know, Ender IO conduits came out the same time as GregTech and, well, you see the difference. So I guess we don't really have that much of a choice. For you, I can use a hopper. For the other one, I have to use a conveyor. And literally one of the biggest item pipes that I have ever made. Oh, you don't connect? Ooh. Yeah, we do it from the top. Much easier. So you should be able to connect here, I guess. And import. Let's find something to hammer. Takes 20 seconds, I guess, every time. Oh, and you need a vent. That side. Vent again. Yeah, now it works. And I do understand that I said that we're not going to build a base until HV, but this is just garbage. We need to cover things. I have mentioned that I'm not a fan of GregTech, in general. In particular, I love this part. Ore processing. I have went through all of my chests, I crushed all the crushed ores, I have washed all the dirty dusts, and well, we have neat and clean dust. I actually processed so much that this tank is out of water and this one is not doing great. And the result is incredibly satisfying. Look at all those iron. Actually, talking about iron, how are we doing on steel? God, we should have our sword. I don't have warp. Who hit me? Ah, you. I'm not gonna bother. I have 30. It's been 3 hours? No, that can't be right. Well, in a few minutes we're going to get an additional 5, so I think the steel situation is not that bad. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, this is essentially a chain. So you put the items inside the macerator, goes inside the hammer, and goes inside the washer. You're not really supposed to access the hammer, so I made extra ones. We are missing a macerator, but I ran out of circuits. And considering the fact that we also need to progress, well, we need to make the circuits in order to progress. And our progress for today is going to be the battery. So what do we need? Antimony. I forgot how it was. Oh, it's not like that. Is it a dust? No? I'm an idiot. Antimony is an ore. Is it tipnite? Yeah, it's tipnite. We have some. Oh, and before I forget, in order to make the batteries, yeah, we need lead. Let's make lead. So, you process antimony, and you process lead. Oh, and by the way, this is the best part. Look, yeah, the oven is the best. Just before we proceed any further, there are a few things that we have to pay attention to. There are 3 types of batteries. All of them have the same shell, but the filling is different. Well, there is an acid battery, mercury battery, and they're so garbage that we're not even going to talk about them. But we have cadmium, lithium, and sodium. So sodium is the most garbage one, cadmium is in the middle, but lithium is the best, 100,000 EU. So that is what we want. However, you might notice that the quest book wants us to get all 3. So let us get started, I guess. Cadmium, we can get it from sphalerite. I'm going to disable that, the hammer, because what we want to do is that we want to crush the sphalerite and we want to keep that crushed ore. This is why I'm making an extra set of machines so that we don't have to reconfigure these guys all the time. But here is our sphalerite. We wash it. That will give us the purified sphalerite ore, and that will also give us sphalerite, but in a different version. This different version has to be centrifuged and there is a chance of getting some cadmium. And ladies and gentlemen, by the time you know this, the chances are always garbage. The question is, how garbage is it? 11.11%. Yep, pretty garbage. But the quests have to be done in order, so let us get our half a stack of antimony. I love you. I wish you were pretty. Here is our antimony, that should be a quest. Yep. Oh, we get this. I was actually trying to make the shroom salad, but I couldn't find all the mushrooms. Our next step is to make 5 batteries. Fine by me. Actually, now that we are doing this, let us, as usual, buy some cables. I do consume a lot and it's better to use the coins. I have the lead. Oh, did you know there is a battery alloy which is made with lead dust? Or lead. That's fine. We all do stupid things. Oh, we have more lead, that's good. We do have an alloy smelter, so let's use that. And we have a secondary alloy smelter back here. We can also use this one. I think it's a 1:4 ratio, so yeah, it should work. 1 cadmium. Yes. How many do you want? 2. Okay, good. Oh wow, beet burger. I haven't eaten that one too. Today is my lucky day. Oh, and by the way, that guy is done with sphalerite, so I enabled it. And I'm just going to process the rest. Do we have a hopper? Why do I have 1 stack of steel here? We are also going to get 2 stacks of battery alloy and I'm making the plates. Lead plate is useful, right? I did not waste it. Well, I can use it for the boilers. We needed to make 5. We had material for 6. That counted. Good, good. Let us also get our cadmium so that the quest counts. Thank you, thank you. And now we have to go and look for the other ores. I know where they are, don't you worry. Actually, I just realized something fun. We don't need to look for ores for sodium and lithium, although this is one of the veins. We just need some hardened clay. Oh, and by the way, now that we're going to go and gather some hardened clay, I can show you something very important. My most important discovery over the past 5 years. So this hole is a meteor, right? But what is this hole? Ah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a hungry node. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's there. Trust me. Oh, and don't you worry. It's going to get much better. There is another one. Oh, I should not have crossed the river. Oops. I don't really know how much we are going to need. I'm just going to light up the cave so that I don't lose the horsey. Oh, iron. And gypsum. Yeah, I was going to say I have no idea how many I'm going to need, so I just take, I don't know, 5-6 stacks, and then I'll meet you back at the base. So wait a minute, voltages are important. Yep, yeah, well that was an MV recipe. We're at LV, which is incredibly confusing for me because that's how you used to get aluminium. So if that is how you were supposed to get aluminium, how would you get to MV? Because you need aluminium. I don't know, maybe they changed the recipe, maybe I was wrong. Okay, so we have some of the garbage that we need, and here is the rest of the garbage, but my inventory is full, so let me go and empty it. I'll go mine the rest. You find it on the surface, but when you go to the center of the chunk, you have to dig down. Oh, and by the way, this is rock salt. Ooh, wrong vein. So maybe it started in another chunk and kind of ended up here? It's okay, we just want a bit. Okay, so the worst part is not getting sodium and lithium, it's getting the stupid ores. Even if you know where the veins are, cause you're always going to miss something. The fun part is that I already had all the ores that we needed in order to make sodium and lithium, but I had to find the veins. So how did we do? We have lithium, 28. You wanted 10. Oh, you counted. Good. And we just need 2 more sodium. Actually, I have absolutely nothing else to do than to wait for the final sodium. Yes, finally. Give me the quest. Come on, come on. Thank you. So the next quest is to make a basic canner. I thought I have everything. Then what the hell was I trying to make? Anyways, after a bunch of crafting, the canning machine. You were the one, right? Yes. And as usual, a steam turbine. By using our beautiful canning machine, now we're going to make every single battery. Obviously for the quest. So that one is lithium, this one is cadmium, the other one is sodium. Thank you. We have all 3 of them. Good. And I have already made the battery buffer, I think. I had a feeling I made it. Oh, we did. Oh, it doesn't count. Nice. Well, it doesn't count. We're going to make more, but let us at least check if it works. So if I put you here, you're not gonna explode. That is a good sign. And if I put my battery in, are you gonna charge it? Oh, but it does take a relatively long time to charge. Maybe we can make a bigger battery buffer and give it like 10 amps? Next episode, what I have in mind is that I want to be able to reach the MVH. Meaning that we need to make the good electronic circuits. Also, we need to get aluminium, and for that, we're going to need a blast furnace, the electric version. So next episode is going to be a very busy one, and we're going to need tons of resources. And I think what we're going to do at this very moment, and I kind of forgot what I was going to do, but yeah, we are going to process a bit of realgar dust. We had 15 realgar dust, but you need 2 in order to centrifuge it, so I took 14. But what we are looking for is this. Arsenic. I have also been electrolyzing some sphalerite dust, and we have a few pieces of gallium. This is incredibly rare and incredibly important. But that should be a quest. No, it's not a quest. We have to combine it. How do you combine them? Ah, in a mixer. Okay. So, circuit number 2, give me the garbage, and mix. And that gives us 2 pieces of gallium arsenide. Perfection. And that is a quest. Gallium arsenide is going to allow us to make some diodes at a very garbage rate, but we also need the diodes in order to make the good electronic circuit. However, since next episode I want to do some resource gathering, I thought we also try and get a magnet. The problem is that we cannot make a magnetic steel ingot with redstone in a crafting table, we have to use a polarizer. And I think that's going to be the only use of our LV polarizer. Also, we don't really have a crazy amount of steel, we need 18 for the blocks. I am cooking more steel, don't you worry. But we need to convert you into blocks. And yeah, the compressor is there. And I think the polarizer, yeah, it's incredibly cheap. It doesn't need a circuit for some reason. And voila. Do we have an extra turbine? Probably not. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, and by the way, as a quest reward, I got a steam macerator. We are probably also going to put it in the arc furnace, so there's nothing to be excited about. So, turbine, polarizer. Oh, and you don't need redstone. You just polarize. Also, gallium is very important, so we put it here. Yep, that's not the block of steel that I was looking for. A block of magnetic steel. Ew. How do I unblock you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is called a mess. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not called a mess. I mean, I was planning this the whole time. Obviously. Also, once in a while, we should not forget to cycle our bees. I haven't automated it yet. I'm not even sure if the dislocator was worth it, but if I want to make the electromagnet from Ender.io, we have to wait until MV. It does take much less steel, but we have to wait. Anyways, we have all the materials, so let's craft it. That is another quest. Good. And since this time we are going to make use of batteries, let us also try and make a few battery buffers. This is the one that we're going to make just for the quest. You still didn't count. What do you want me to craft? Oh, that was the 4 times 1. Okay, I should really pay attention to what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't, but okay. We make it again. We will recycle the other one, don't you worry. However, the battery buffer that I want to make is this one, the one which has 16 slots. So I think you have to make 2 of the 8 ones? Yep, exactly. So there you go. Oh, that was a quest. And now that I have messed up the other one, we need to do some crafting. Do we? Yep, we do have a polarizer, but this is cheap. And we need one circuit. Another basic turbine. This is just for charging up my batteries, that's it. And then of course I'm going to add more turbines so that it's going to charge faster, but for the moment, this will do. Oh, you're not connected. This is going to take ages and ages and ages to charge up, but that's why we have this one. The one which has 16 slots. Every site that you want to exit, there is a creeper. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.